Hello, we have a special edition of Daybreak Plus, segment of Daybreak Plus for you today to get you ready for the holidays. And I invited a special guest to join me here in the Wood TV Plus studio to share his holiday STEM toy gift guide. Andy Losick, good morning.
Thanks for having me. It's great to get to explore this space a little bit.
It's your first time in the Plus studio,
in
right?
the Plus studio, right? We've going all the way back to 2013. Been in the main studio, and then you came out to school with me last year, and so it's fun to talk in this new space here.
So the big development for you in the last year is that you retired, right?
Right. Well, I retired from the classroom.
From the classroom, although I hear you just went back and were doing some substitute teaching.
I did. I love that energy and the people that I worked with before I retired last year. They're so great. So it was great to get a little bit of dose of that, a little bit of that energy with the kids, and then it helps me stay connected to the work I'm doing now, consulting with schools and putting together stuff like this, recommendations for whether it's Christmas toys or curriculum, things like that.
So, in other words, Andy knows his stuff. He knows his STEM, and he knows his toy guides because he's been doing that for many, many years as well. So let's get to the toy guide. Your blog spot is out, like it's ready, it's published, right?
Yep.
I kind of went in order to start with. So this is air tubes from Fat Brain Toys. This one is one of the pricier ones if you were to buy the whole set, right?
Right. This is by far the most expensive item on the list, but it's probably the most entailed and maybe the coolest on the list. It's like they took that system that takes your money from your car into the bank and back, and they turned it into a toy. And so kids hook up all these tubes to this fan and then put soft foam balls in there, or even these little travelers called tubesters, and they can create a really elaborate system all powered by air.
So for this 160 price, what does that get you? Most of what you see here?
Yes, it's going to get you, I think 12-inch sections, 1-foot sections, and and connectors, and they snap together. Have all the details on my blog, exactly what comes with this $159.99 kit, and then they have all kinds of little add-on pieces that you can get.
And as a STEM teacher, what is it that you like about this option?
Well, number one is fun. Number two, it's endlessly creative. There's an infinite number of combinations you can put together with these ramps and balls and everything. And then it's got the physics built into it of being able to move an object with forced air and all of that cognitive learning that comes with it. But just sitting here watching the video play. It
does look really fun.
It's endlessly fun, and you can make a mess with it, or you can set up a very detailed closed system where it's constantly cycling through that way.
It totally reminds me of the bank. That's a great analogy, because that's definitely what I saw. Okay, coming up next we have Foosbots, I think is what this is called. Also by Fat Brain Toys. A little bit cheaper.
Yeah, much cheaper here. Shout out to Fat Brain Toys, though. That is always the first place I go to when I start putting the list together here. So Foosbots are, if you took the individual players on a foosball table and you turn them into a little robot that when you squeeze, they spin around. And you basically play soccer one-on-one, back and forth with each other, trying to get this ping pong ball across.
And you just set it up on your own little table.
Yep, you can play on any surface. I put in the blog that for a lot of people, having a foosball table in your basement's the American dream. But this is a whole lot more practical. These can go anywhere. These can go with your kids to that that couple that doesn't have any kids and doesn't have anything fun to play at their house, you can find a flat surface and your kids can be entertained.
And it doesn't take up a lot of space.
Doesn't take up a lot of space. It's easy to travel, and you can play one-on-one with the foosbots that come in this $22.95 starter set, or you can buy the individuals and add on to that. So you can have a 3-player game going or a 4-player game going.
What do you like about this as a STEM teacher?
Well, it's incorporating lots of your different learning domains here. So you've got the small motor, working the bots with your fingers, but you also have the coordination and large motor as kids are moving around. And then you get into the strategy and the physics, because if you hit down on the ball, it goes one way. If you hit up on the ball, you can make it loft. And so there's lots of discovery that comes with it. And I love that it's unplugged, and there's a lot of social development, people just having fun back and forth. And really, you can play it with any member of the family.
Yeah, I'm
that
sure the
way.
I could see parents getting involved in that one.
I could see the uncles taking over the kids' toys. Like this may have happened to a Fisher-Price basketball set I got one Christmas a long time ago.
Yeah, so age range, it could be anybody.
Right. You probably 5-year-olds could start playing with this, up to anybody that can squeeze the robot there.
Cool. Okay. Sticking with Fat Brain toys for this next one, we have something called Magshudo. Now, this is the stunt park that we have in the video here. Tell me about this one. It's $21.99.
So the concept of Magshudos they're these little discs that have magnets attached to them, and there is an elastic powered launcher, and the goal is to get the disc to connect to one of the obstacles or targets that are also magnetic. And so you can go with the stunt park here that's got all kinds of ramps and ricochets and loops to go through and go over. It comes with a bunch of obstacles. Or they also offer just a basic version of that, where you can get just the disc and a target that way. So
Looks like they were popping that into a mug.
Yep. There's
Great, right into your mom or dad's coffee.
exactly.
What do you like about this as a STEM teacher?
Well, you've got the scientific principles of magnetism and the way things stick, but now endless physics concepts here of how to an angle of inflection equals the angle of deflection there. There's strategy. You're looking at slopes and ramps and all kinds of physics going on with this. But again, like the others, they're designed for exploration. They're designed to have fun with other kids and social growth that way. And it really just kind of unplugs where you are. So
Yeah, you have something
I
that's
have
Magshudo.
right here. I have this is your, let me figure out how to use this here. All right, here's your launcher. Where are we? That one over there?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's your launcher,
Okay.
and then you've got the plastic disc that goes in there like that. This is our little target here.
Okay.
And so you just pull back and let it go.
And it grabs the magnet.
And then it grabs on to
Okay.
there once it
So what
once
you
it
have
gets
is just
near
like an addition.
Right. These are fun. I mean, these are $9.99, I think, for this set. And they come with 3 of these discs and the launcher and the target, as well as all of these different challenge cards here. And that's what the stunt pack comes with too. It has the challenge cards in there, which makes it extra fun. And then more challenging. It's not something that kids are going to get sick of, get tired of after just shooting things a few times. There's so
Right.
so many different ways to do it. And even the most basic sets come with 10 different objectives to do that way.
Okay, cool. I like that it gives them something,
Yeah.
to go for, not just go
Right.
for fun, which is great
Yeah.
too. But okay, you always include a book
Right.
in your guide, which, my dad is one that he wants to get the grandkids a book. He would prefer to do something like that or something educational, which obviously all of these would qualify. But for the book lovers out there, what is Little Woodchucks about? I know Nick Offerman.
So Nick Offerman, famous, probably most famous for his role as Ron Swanson on Parks and Recreation, is, besides an amazing actor, he's also a master woodworker, and he builds his own canoes and amazing things out of wood. And so he's created this book called Little Woodchucks, Offerman's Woodshop Guide to Tools and Tomfoolery. And it's a fun guide for getting kids interested into woodworking. And he has lots of different projects in there. And they're all projects that don't require a tremendous amount of either materials or tools or skills. And they all have this Nick Offerman silly angle to them. Like one of the projects is for making a slapstick.
Okay.
And so he works the fun into it, and then really just wants to give kids an opportunity to be exposed to woodworking and dig in and do something away from screens and get their hands going. I think year after year I've advocated in this segment about just buying your kids tools and how much. I mean, to me, both woodworking and cooking are tremendous STEM activities because they involve, all of those. There's science to it. There's math to it. There's engineering to it, and then you use some tools. It's that technology. So I was actually cutting wood myself, listening. I had the radio on in my headphones, and he was doing an interview. And when I heard that, I'm like, oh, this has to be the book for the Christmas list this year.
That is $23.95. Okay, we also have a couple other things that you brought in, to talk about. I'm going to go back. Just ignore the man behind the curtain here.
Yeah.
So you did bring in a few things, right?
Yep.
So brainometry was one of them.
Yep. So these are 3D. These are 3D pattern blocks here.
Okay.
And so they're nice. They're plastic. They're really sturdy. You could probably throw them in a dishwasher after they've been used a bunch. But like some of the others, like the Magshutos, they come with 10 different challenge cards. So this one that I have built here, this was from the challenge card. It shows you use these 5 specific shapes to create an archway. And so if you see the zoom out there, you can see the card like that. And it's got a little hint on it, so it's not terribly hard, but this is, that's what you can build on that. So pattern blocks are things that kids gravitate to. They love to just play with those. But again, it's fun to have the challenges there as well.
We actually have these at home.
Do you?
I don't remember where we grabbed them, but and it's one of those things that will disappear for a while, and then it makes a reappearance in the fold of all of the toys, and they love them. And sometimes they'll find a challenge card, and sometimes they'll just look what I built. It's a ship, and I'm like, sure, that's a ship.
Yeah.
If you say it's a ship, but it definitely is a good. Keeps them occupied.
Well, sure. And what I love about these, like pattern blocks, I can remember being in first grade, or not even first grade, being in preschool and having those same ones with the red octagon and and the yellow triangles and stuff. And they were fun, but you couldn't do anything 3D with them. And that's the neat thing about this. I love being to build up. So, I mean, that takes something that you kind of time out around first, second grade with. And this is, I was trying to figure out this without looking at the hint myself. So,
Okay.
fun stuff.
You brought some builder squishmallows.
Yes.
Squishmallows are so popular. Can you slide that over?
Yeah, let's.
You can rearrange. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
do what you gotta do.
Move this stuff out of the way. And so I built about half of this theater here for Reginald the Corgi.
Reginald the Corgi. Okay.
Yep. And so you get a Squishmallow figure, and he's got even a little squishy tummy there, and he goes together that way. And then this one is a movie theater, and so I started putting it together last night. It comes with the booklet, just like your typical Lego set does. But these are super affordable. You can get the individual characters. Those are like $4.99 a piece, and then even the little play set like this one, where we're building the theater. This one's $9.99, and then they go up. And there's you've got camping scenes, all of the different characters that go with that. And one of the things that drew me to the BLDR or builder, or however we want to say this, is the fact that over the years I've talked about that there are now quality plastic Lego compatible bricks that are way less than what you're going to spend for the Lego branded bricks.
Right.
But they work with all of them together. So in the past, it used to be if you got something that was kind of the knockoff Lego, they didn't line up. They didn't, lock blocks way back in the 70s didn't line up with Legos. And so you kind of had two bins of stuff. But here, all of this, when you're done, can all be piled in together, and you can use it together, and you can save a ton of money. This company, the builder, there are other themes there too. Like I've seen some Hello Kitty ones, and so
If you've got a kid who's obsessed with a particular character or something like that.
yeah, yep, and it's all it's all interconnected that way, and so this is fun. Like like you said, you have that kid that's obsessed with that one character, throw that in there, and it's a great stocking stuffer that way. And so I always like to have a wide range of things in this list, so that it can be all the way up to $159 or something for that big gift. But people can find things for under $10 still on the list.
And you've got some other things on there that we don't have here today. You've got the Fisher Price Little People Toddler Hot Wheels track. That's good for the younger kids.
Oh yeah. That's it's just a classic where you've got those maybe especially younger siblings that see the bigger kids playing with the Hot Wheels track and all the Hot Wheels and everything. This is completely designed for your 3 to 5 year old. Everything's built in together. It's got ramps and jumps and then it comes with special cars for that are a little more toddler friendly. But through the years, Fisher Price, Little People, Hot Wheels, so it's always those are classic brands that endless fun there.
And then another one that we have is the Poraxi,
I guess, yeah.
remote control puzzle car. That looked cool. It's 3D. It's a 3D puzzle, and it actually works as a car.
Right. So you're going to get a box that's going to have a bunch of flat 3D cut wooden pieces and electronic components. And then as you assemble the car, then you can add on the components as well. And again, that's one of those real value toys at $9.99 right now. There's now a lot of these prices that we talked about today. If you're interested, you should try and scoop those up, because a lot of companies are offering early Black Friday pricing and stuff.
Okay.
That way. And so I listed this as the best value on the list, because you can get a functioning remote control car that under $10 that can provide lots of fun and interactive stuff.
AndyLosick.blogspot.com. That's where you'll find the
Yep.
full list here, with all the explanations, the prices, and where you'll find everything. Andy, thanks for coming in today and hanging out with me and
Absolutely.
sharing all your research from the last year with us.
Oh, it's great, and it's always, this is the kickoff. I used to be strict about, okay, can't listen to Christmas music until after Thanksgiving, dishes are done. But I fired up on my way up here to get ready to kick off the Christmas season.
When
here.
Star 105.7 flips the switch, that's when, which is right after Halloween. That's when I go for the music, not for all the decorations. I still haven't done that yet.
Right,
But you kind of have to start thinking about the shopping.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah. You have to, and these are things that I look for year long and make little notes about, and then finally assemble those and put them together.
Well, thanks for sharing them with us.
Well, it's my pleasure.
Happy holidays to you. We'll share, if you go to woodtv.com, not just this, a link to Andy's blog with this list, but also his mom's cinnamon roll recipe.
Gonna make that public, huh?
Am I allowed to? Well, I'm going to make them. Am I allowed to make it public? Should we leave it?
Sure. Because she'll tell you where she got that. That goes all the way back to teaching home ec.
Okay.
In
Well,
the
then
70s.
it's not a super secret then.
No,
It just
no.
might be hard to find.
No
Well-
longer in print.
Thank you very much, Andy.
Well, happy holidays to everybody, and I hope this list helps the shopping go a little more pleasant this year.
Yes, we appreciate your guidance.
All right, great, thanks.
Happy holidays to everyone at home.